Have you ever noticed how they always seem to replicate classic movies, classic films? And the original, nothing can compete with the original. So the newer version is not quite as good, doesn't get the same reviews. Well, why don't we repurpose bad movies and make them better instead of competing with these old classics, like Willy Wonka, for example? I mean, I'm not saying that the newer version was bad, I didn't even see it, but trying to compete with the original classic is a very, very difficult thing. Very difficult. So why not repurpose bad movies? Maybe the storyline sucks, I don't know. But I want to use this analogy for life, okay? Because I'm all about analogies. And what I wanted to bring up today is this idea of us always trying to replicate exactly what other people are doing. Two things to this, okay? Replicating exactly what other people are doing, but also us trying to replicate something that was good in our lives, in our past. So say we had a really great job. Say we were in a really great relationship. We were really happy. Emotionally, we felt complete and whole. When that went out the door, then we may try to replicate that. We may try to do things, recreate the experience, thinking that I want to get back to that level of feeling complete, of feeling whole. So I'm going to look for people to date who look like my ex, who act like my ex, who like the same things as my ex. I'm going to try and get a job that's exactly like the one that I had, instead of creating something new, instead of exploring new territory. Because what happens by doing that, we're always creating a level of comparison and competition within ourselves, okay? So we may get a job that's similar to the one we had and realize my coworkers suck. We may date somebody else who looks like our ex, talks like our ex, acts like our ex, and think, this is great. This is like dating my ex. But guess what? They're not your ex. You find out that the dynamic is different between you two. Or we try to replicate exactly what other people are doing because we see they have these wonderful lives. They're making tons of money. They're really happy and in love. So we're like, okay, this is what I need to do too. And we try to echo that to a T. So here's the difference. It's okay to use other people's lives or what they're doing as a model for our own, but not trying to be an exact replication. And I think that is something we can get caught up in sometimes. Us trying to mimic exactly how other people are living, mimic exactly experiences that we've had in our past. And what happens? We eventually hit a wall. Take, for example, if we're trying to echo what other people are doing. Say somebody's very successful in their career, in their job, making tons of money. We try doing exactly the same things, have the same schedule as them, okay? Try to network, do all these things, take all this advice, but eventually we find ourselves burnt out. Why? Because we can't keep up with the pace. Or we eventually find ourselves unhappy and stressed. Why? Because it's completely out of alignment to us, where we could do it at first and then eventually we hit that wall. So here's the point of this video, okay? You can have a model for your life, but don't attach to that model so much that you lose yourself in the process. In my eyes, instead of trying to replicate, it's better to create from your own essence, okay? Because we can get lost. We can totally get lost. And, you know, on the other hand, we can also keep repeating the same cycles, okay? So we keep remaking the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and each one that comes out is like worse than the one previously. Well, first of all, you're trying to recreate or repurpose that classic film. If you've never seen it, you should see it. It's classic. We're trying to repurpose, we're trying to keep putting new things out there, But you know what? It gets old and stale and people get bored and they're always comparing it to the original. And they're saying this is just not as good, okay? You could put in as much gore and CGI and blood and guts and whatever, scary sequences as you want, but I'm gonna always compare it to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that's just what I do. You can't compare, okay? So think about that in your life. If there's a goal you're trying to meet right now, if there's a person you're trying to get with, or you're trying to find love in your life, you're trying to find harmony in your life, just think about it right now. What are you doing? Or are you an echo of somebody else, or are you actually you? It's hard. It can get mucky because you may think that you're being you, but you're actually echoing exactly what somebody else is doing because it got in your head somewhere along the line that this is the only way, okay? This is the only way for me to do things. And I'm scared to cross into different territory, into my own essence, my own spirit. It scares the crap out of me because I don't know where it's going to take me. Well, where it's going to take you is to yourself, okay? To where you feel more in alignment to yourself, to where you feel more in balance and in harmony with yourself. Don't be a replication of somebody else. Be you. That's all you need to do in this life, is just be you. And sometimes it takes a while to get to you through all the static, but you will. You will, I guarantee. So anyway, if you like this video, let me know. Leave a comment below, subscribe. I put out new videos every single week for you on Chinese 5 elements, self-empowerment, self-help, all kinds of stuff, videos like this for you. So have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.